Welcome to Dr. Balaga's God Knowledge Doc podcast, your quick dive into the latest medical breakthroughs to keep you ahead of the curve. Let's get started. Today is October 15, 2025. This video is on a JACC state-of-the-art review published recently in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology, JACC, titled The Adipokine Hypothesis of Heart Failure with Preserved Ejection Fraction, HFpEF, a novel framework to explain pathogenesis and guide therapy. Milton is the lead author, a giant in cardiology. What is Adipokine Hypothesis of HFpEF? It proposes that HFpEF is driven by dysfunctional visceral adipose tissue, which secretes altered adipokines causing inflammation, plasma volume expansion, and myocardial fibrosis. What are adipokines? The signaling molecules are secreted by adipose tissue, including proteins, lipids, metabolites, and microRNAs, with both paracrine and endocrine effects on the heart. What's the role of domain 1 adipokines? Domain 1 adipokines are cardioprotective and suppressed in obesity and HFpEF, leading to unchecked cardiac stress and dysfunction. How do domain 3 adipokines contribute to HFpEF? These are pro-inflammatory, pro-fibrotic, and pro-hypertrophic molecules elevated in obesity, directly contributing to HFpEF pathophysiology. What distinguishes HFpEF from HFrEF mechanistically? HFrEF is driven by neurohormonal activation, while HFpEF stems from visceral adiposity and dysfunctional adipokine signaling. Why is central obesity more important than BMI in HFpEF? Because central obesity, waist to height ratio of greater than 0.5, more accurately reflects visceral fat, which drives HFpEF development. What evidence supports the Adipokine hypothesis? Adipokine profile changes precede HFpEF onset, align with disease severity, and predict response to targeted therapies. What drugs act as functional adipokine modulators? SGLT2 inhibitors and incretin-based drugs reduce visceral fat and shift the adipokine profiles towards cardioprotection. What role does epicardial fat play in HFpEF? Epicardial fat secretes adipokines locally, promoting myocardial inflammation and fibrosis, especially in HFpEF. Why are women more affected by HFpEF? Women have more visceral fat and are more susceptible to epicardial fat expansion and adipokine-driven inflammation. What is leptin, aldosterone, neprilysin axis? It's a triad of adipokines promoting sodium retention, neurohormonal activation, and fibrosis in HFpEF. How does adiponectin influence HFpEF? It counters hypertrophy, inflammation, and fibrosis. Its suppression and obesity removes this protective brake. What is the importance of nutrient sensing pathways? Obesity and HFpEF both shift signaling from cytoprotective to stress-promoting pathways like mTOR. What are domain 2 adipokines? They are compensatory cardioprotective molecules upregulated in obesity, but often insufficient or become resistant. Can adipokine-targeted therapy reverse HFpEF? Yes. Reducing visceral fat or modulating adipokine secretion improves cardiac structure and function. This is in a nutshell on this article. I encourage you all to read this article in JACC. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with your colleagues. When we change how we see disease, we change how we shape lives. Until next time, stay curious, stay compassionate, and keep seeking wisdom. Podcast brought to you by masterbedfacts.com. This podcast is for physicians and healthcare providers. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and forward to your friends.